Hey guys, what's up? Today I have a mixed tier battle with an overwhelming vote of 20 to 5 to 4. So, yeah. Maybe people picked it because I accidentally put mice tier. I put a C instead of an X, but whatever. This one is against H81ABZ or Hate Labs, as I assume is supposed to be the thing. And the thing is that we're like, yeah, mixed tier, just bring some stuff. I was like, oh, do you want to do anything specific? And he's just like, nah, just whatever. But he brings a rain team, and I'm like, that's not really like mixed tier for me. It's just kind of like a friendly bring some stuff to use because whatever. It's not a I want to bring a full team, but I know it's at a disadvantage in normal tier, so I'm gonna like. It's like I don't know. But yeah, so I go for the volt switch. He protects. I'm gonna hard switch because I don't want him to switch into Lantern and make me have to still hard switch. Anyways, go to Alakazam and he goes for Rain Dance, and that's when I find out he's a Rain team. As if the 4 water types in the team preview didn't really let you think about that. But he encores me into Psyshock, which is fine because it does a ton of damage. But he switches to Ferrothorn, which I should have expected and predicted, and it switched out to Rotom Heat and stuff like that, but whatever. I'm gonna switch out to Articuno because I figure get it in before Stealth Rocks, and it can troll Ferrothorn a lot. He misses Leech Seed, which is rather unfortunate, but I'm like, you brought a Rain team, that's fine. Like it's like if he had a hit Leech Seed, this would have turned out a little bit differently. Not necessarily completely differently because it's still like it's not like I'm gonna die because I have Leech Seed. It's still I can still stall him out a little bit with Roost and sub. Basically what I'm doing now is I'm just substituting because I have pressure and Jarball only has 8 PP, so he can only use it 4 times. And once Jarball's gone, he's got Leech Seed, he's got probably Power Whip or Thunder Wave, which neither of them really do much damage, especially behind a sub. Well, Thunder Wave doesn't do anything behind a sub. And Stealth Rocks or Spike, so Jarball being gone means he's pretty useless. He's going to stop using Jarball and start using Spikes because he knows he's running out of them and he would rather keep them. So him having Spikes and him not having anything else on his team except Omastar that can learn Stealth Rock is a very good sign to me because that means I don't have to worry about Stealth Rock. I do actually have a spinner, which he does too, but I like that he doesn't have rocks because actually most of my team doesn't worry about Spikes. Half of them, but I mean, Stealth Rock hits Articuno and Rotom Heat really hard, so I'd rather have those two be safe than, my like fucking Regigigas, who's pretty much only going to come in one time and sit in there and do his thing, and same with Sharpedo. But anyways, he roars me out to Rotom. I'm going to Volt Switch and go right back to Articuno because there's not really much he can do to Articuno. He's going over Surf over Skull. I don't know why he has Surf, but I guess just because he thought he'd be in Rain a lot, which I stalled him out of, and he thought, it'd do more damage because it's stronger, so it would do more damage. But anyways, whatever. So yeah, I take that pretty nicely. So I'm going to go for the Ice Beam just because I figured he's going to roar me out. But he goes with a Lantern. I'm worried about him having Heal Bell, but not a lot of people have Heal Bell and Lantern. I personally do like to have Heal Bell along with, Bolt Beam and Scald. I use Discharge, but anyways, Bolt Beam combo. But he does have Heal Bell, but that's also okay. I don't think Pressure affects Heal Bell because it's not really an attack, but he still only has 8 PP. Or, well, 5 if he didn't use thing, but it's probably PP maxed. So 8. So I can still Toxic him, and, if he wants to go 1 for 1, I'm fine. Discharge doesn't even break my sub. I have a feeling it's like that's just sort of a damage variation thing. As you'll see later, he will be able to break my sub with 1 hit, but it's just like whether he gets a good enough damage roll or not. So I just, again, like I said, I'm just stalling him. I'm like, I could switch. This is kind of boring, but it's like I have nothing really to safely switch in because the only things that really resist the electric are weak to water, being my Rotom and my Sandslash. So, you know what? Articuno Special Wall, it's a Sub-Roost staller, so that's what it's here for, and that's what I'm going to do. It's, like I said, a little boring, but it's going to win me the match, essentially, in the long run. So, yeah, I'm just sitting here subbing when I have to, roosting when I can, and toxicking as soon as he heal bells. and just, yeah, going from there, because, you know, once he runs out of heal bells, I can toxic him and he can't do anything about it. He's not really killing me. There you see he breaks my sub in one discharge, so it is really just kind of, you know, about a damage roll. But I have lots of subs and roosts and stuff, and I'm not worried at all about that. I can just, yeah, sit in here and stall and stall and stall. And Articuno, I don't know. I don't really use it that much because it doesn't usually get a chance to, because A, Stealth Rock, and B, you know, physical attackers really wreck it kind of easily. And water types basically, you know, don't take much from it, especially if they can sub or, you know, like, yeah, not worry about Ice Beam or Toxic, because it's not a really good coverage. Because Steel types also, I mean, they resist Ice Beam and can't get Toxic, so they are very annoying against Articuno. But in this battle, it seems to be working very well. So finally, he's going to do the smart thing and go to his Clefable, because I can't Toxic it, because it well, I can, but it has Magic Guard. And Ice Beam's not going to do much because he has Protect, so he probably has Wish, and if he didn't have that, he'd have Soft Boil. But the thing is, as I'm going to discover in a bit, is that he doesn't have attacks. He has Rain Dance, Wish, Protect, and Encore. So I go out to my Sand Slash because I figure, if anything, he's only going to have Seismic Toss, but as I said, he has Encore instead. So it won't do that much damage to Sand Slash. I can get a chance to spin it, but he goes for the Wish. I'm going to go for the Earthquake because Rapid Spin is not going to do anything through Protect. Earthquake won't either, but if he wants to switch to something to gain health, which I was expecting it to be the Blastoise, my best chance of killing him, you know, Blastoise or Lantern, my best chance of actually killing them is with Earthquake, obviously, because it's the only really damaging move. I didn't really care about Stealth Rock because it's not too important against his team, and he has a Blastoise, so he can spin them away anyways if he does go and Wish Pass to it. Gonna switch out to Sharpedo because I figured he'd either Shell Smash or Surf, but yeah, Shell Smash would actually kind of be bad. I don't. Would I be faster? Because I could have protected, but then he could have Shell Smash too. But anyways, he ended up going for Surf. I hit him with an Earthquake. It doesn't quite kill him, which I was expecting it to, sort of, considering, you know, a non-attack invested Earthquake did that much. But then again, that is Stab too. So whatever. I mean, Sharpedo, I'm facing 4 water types and a Ferrothorn. Not really too interested in keeping it around to do too much damage. Would have been nice if he got Rain Up, but, you know, as, you know, because of Articuno, he's pretty much not able to really get Rain Up effectively, and I can just kind of stall him out and that kind of thing. But yeah, so now that I'm not in on Articuno while Ferrothorn's there, I'm just going to go to Rotom, and he takes Power Whip and Gyro Ball for days and does really nothing. Predicting the switch or to stay in even doesn't really matter. I'm just going to Trick, and Blastoise gets it. I'm still just slightly faster because he's defensive. He's like high 280s, maybe 290 something, and I'm like 295 or whatever. So I'm like, or I think it's 296 or whatever. I'm like just a couple speed higher than him, so I'm able to Volt Switch out. If I was modest, he'd be faster, so I would have had to switch out. But I can Volt Switch out, kill him, go to Alakazam, he switches to Ferrothorn, I switch right back to Rotom because I counter him, especially now that I have leftovers. He really can't touch me. I go for the Overheat. He's going to switch to Lantern, probably the best thing to take it, but it still does quite a bit. I mean, that's like 20% considering it's a resisted hit, and he's probably like especially defensive, or, you know, just has a lot of health, because Lantern's base HP status, I think 116 or 130 something, or somewhere around there. It's high. It's like 464, which yeah, I think it's 116. Yeah, that would make sense. Anyways, I switched to Regigigas at this point because I'm just kind of like, I could have went to Articuno, but I didn't want to get hit with a discharge, even though it only do about a quarter. I just didn't want to get paralyzed or burned. So switch to Regigigas, kind of but he does burn me, which really sucks, because if he didn't, I could have gotten a sub up and like stalled him out and done what Regigigas does, get his attack boost or slow start off and start beating stuff. But because of the burn and slow start, I'm like not doing any damage at all, like at all. I Thunder Wave him just because I can, and yeah, that really doesn't do anything, but it's the only status element that actually does anything against the Magic Garter. It both cuts the speed now and chance to full para. But I went with Earthquake. Here's where I find out he has Encore and not Seismic Toss, because it's like, whatever. But at this point, Regigigas You know, I mean, I might as well stay in and maybe get him the slow start, not debuff thing, and let him do at least a little bit of damage before he dies. But he's going to switch out to his Keldeo, which I don't think is actually technically released in black and white, but I said that like last battle against Genesect, so it might have been released in black and white. Either way, I don't really care. The only thing is I'm worried that he's scarfed, because he doesn't really have a scarfer, although rain teams don't tend to necessarily have them because of Swift Swim. Well, not No You, because you can't have Drizzle and Swift Swim, but, you know, on Rain Dance rain teams, he can just use this as like a scarfer, because double speed from Swift Swim. But, he seems to be scared off by Alakazam, so that's a good thing. If he was scarfed, I would have been screwed, because Alakazam would have just died to one shot. Although, he could have been expecting me to be Pokesash, although, again, the side shock at the beginning of the battle against his Chansey, or not Chansey, Clefable did too much to be Focusash, but anyways, whatever. He's not scarfed, so he switches out. I think he's Specs, because he's not Life Orb. Or I guess he could be Leftovers, but that would be weird. But a bunch of stuff happens. Ferrothorn comes back in and go to Rotom again and just overheat, and he goes to Clefable. Doesn't really do much, but that's fine. Gonna Volt Switch out and go into who do I go into? I think Alakazam. Yes, because at this point I know he doesn't have Seismic Toss. He has like Encore and Wish, Protect, and Rain Dance, so I don't really care. So as long as I don't Calm Mind, I'm fine. The thing is, I knew he was gonna Protect, so I'm gonna Calm Mind here, but he actually gets fully paralyzed, so I could have just side shocked him, but it ends up working out in the end because, like, again, get a Calm Mind. It's like I can still kill him, so it's not a big deal. But I go for Focus Blast because it's gonna do more damage than side shock, probably, unless his special defense is really that high. But it would do twice base power of Side Shock, just hitting on the special, not the physical side. Whatever. I missed the first Focus Blast, which sucks, but I hit the second one and was able to kill him. I was a little iffy on maybe killing him, but I figure he has enough specially defensive, usually, Pokemon that he's probably physically defensive. So I'm fine hitting him with a Focus Blast. Life Orb, +1, all that stuff. So it kills him, which is great. And then I can basically just sweep him from here. Because if I didn't kill him, I would sort of be in a little bit of trouble. Because I don't have anything that's faster than this. Because now that I've dumped my Scarf. But Articuno could still probably take a few hits and poison and roost stall him and things like that. I don't know if Specs Hydro Pump would still do a lot. But none of that matters because I didn't miss the second Focus Blast. And I did kill him. And then I just swept his team. And that's it. So yeah, a little bit annoying that I had to face a Rain team, but he only really got Rain Dance up once and had zero benefit of it. Ferrothorn was a bit annoying, but, you know, I mean, I had things to counter it, like an Articuno with Sub or Rotom. And yeah, so it worked out. Don't really know what else to say. So I'll just say goodbye and hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.